Hello everybody, I'd like to talk about this article, which is a tough one for people. It's quite difficult. This one is one of those implied main ideas. There's not one sentence in the whole article that says exactly what the author thinks, and that's what makes it tough. Okay, let's take a look. The author in paragraph 1 talks about this report in the past and that it offered tremendous opportunities to universities and colleges to create and sell mathematics programs. Then we have, I put up here, contrast words. I put in yellow. Unfortunately, that's not a good word. The marketing of math has become similar to the marketing of creams to whiten teeth, gels to grow hair, and regimens to build a beautiful body. I wrote here on the side, this is not a good comparison. So he's already saying, not implying, but stating that this isn't very good. They're selling math, these education programs, and the way they sell it, the way they market it, is basically like you'd see in advertising. That's not the best comparison. So a lot of people got confused and they saw, okay, 3 steps to this kind of aggressive marketing. Oh, the author's talking about 3 steps. That must be really important. Maybe that's the main idea. And so people went into detail and wrote some of these things here. This wasn't the main idea. He's talking about how they market math. And I wrote 3 things, A, B, and C. Try and convince people, that's A. B, embarrass people who don't have the math skills. And C, make people think that basically they must buy these products. So he talks about that. And he even says here, so it is with math education. This is A. This is all basically this example. B's here, and C. So he spends paragraphs 3 to 6 really focusing on this aggressive marketing of math. And he's not positive about it at all. He doesn't think it's good. Okay, and here's something really important. We have this. We need to ask 2 questions. Remember, we've talked about this. Anytime an author uses the word we, or very often when they use the word we, they're basically putting their arm around your shoulder and saying, hey, take a look. This is important. And a lot of times either the main idea or something really important is coming next. So we need to ask 2 questions. I wrote on the side 2 questions. My first question, or their first question, I wrote in my words, has all of this been effective? When he says creams and gels, he's referring to all this advertising. Has it all been effective? Well, he says on the next page, the answer. Okay, so he says here actually, he says that a lot of money's been spent over 25 years, lots of courses. Then we have on the next page the word but. But where's the evidence that these efforts have helped students? Turns out they've remained stagnant since the 90s. Math scores have not changed. And the second question is more fundamental. How much do you really need in your everyday life? This is the title actually. So we have 2 big questions that he's asking. He spends the rest of paragraph 9 and 10 basically saying that we don't really need math that much. Even lawyers, even your math teacher, physicians, mechanics, they don't really use math that much. So that's really, really important. So when we put it all together, by the way, let's look at paragraph 12. He says this as a question. Why create a need to make it palatable? Well, palatable means something you can eat or digest. So why make a need to make it palatable or desirable to all and spend taxpayers' money on pointless endeavors without demonstrable results? When it says demonstrable results, it means the scores, they haven't changed. So there's no proof that this has worked. So this is what I have. You can pause the recording and read it. I don't have time to read it myself. Pause it now and read it. I'm going to keep going. A lot of people, last thing, I only have 30 seconds. A lot of people saw this and said, oh, he's using we, it's at the end, it must be the conclusion. And they just kind of changed this a little bit and they wrote stuff about we'll survive this false math thing. You have to make sure you understand it though when you put it. Some people used this, wrote it correctly. Some people didn't understand the article, but they thought this was important, so they just sort of wrote it. Anyways, I'll see. Hope this was helpful. Take care.